Welcome back to the channel. Hope today finds you well and you're enjoying the content. If you are, welcome back. If this is your first time, please think about subscribing. Ting! Because we're nearly at that 1,000. I know I keep saying it. It's probably getting a bit boring now, but we are nearly there. So any subscribe that you can do would be perfect because it'll help us on the way. Just a little quick one tonight, really, to give you a bit of an update on the Fiat 500, the Facebook Marketplace purchase. It's gone. Out of here. Yeah, it's gone. So for the first week, I put that up for 1,995. I reduced it to, because you know I don't like them hanging around, and I know I sell them too cheap. Before you say it, cheap cars to nice people. That's our motto. Anyway, 1,995 for about a week. Then I put it down to 1,795. And then I thought, what am I doing? It's got full MOT, right? It's got a good service history. It doesn't really matter if it sits on my drive for longer. So I put it back up to 1,995. Then a couple of days later, I thought, do you know what? I need to get rid of it. So I put it down to 1,695. And then I had 4 inquiries within about 4 hours. It went crazy. So probably tells me it was probably a little bit too low. But that's okay because we made a profit. Bought it for 1,100, sold it for 1,695. So yes, the next thing you're going to say is there's not enough margin in that if anything goes wrong. Correct. There's probably not. But remember, I'm on my drive. I have no overheads. So it's very doubtful that there's going to be 600 quid's worth of stuff, you know, in any kind of warranty situation for that car. And had a full health check. And no, it wasn't from Halfords. So I'm really confident that that's in good order and it was sold with no faults. All good. So, who bought it? I had a few people kicking around. There's one guy that started messaging me, and if I'm honest, he wouldn't go away. He was like a bloody stalker. Hi, mate. Started really nice, loads of messages, back and forth. I said, look, no offence, but I've tried to call you, and you've not picked up. We could have all these we can have this conversation in about 5 minutes, and I can answer anything. But not. Basically, the reason why it annoyed me is because he was delaying his texts probably about 2 hours. So it was like, has he got any service history? I type back exactly what's already in the blooming, you know, the advert. Every question he asked was already in the advert. So I'd give him it. I'd be nice and I'd be subtle, you know, really nice. Answer the question. 2 hour delay. Then he'd come back to me again and ask me another question that, guess what, is in the advert already. There wasn't one question that, if he'd read it properly, that he couldn't have answered himself. So I was getting a bit fed up with him, but I remained nice, polite. I know you want me not to be, but I was. Yeah, so did that. He just drifted off, to be fair. His reason for texting, he said, was because he lived an hour away. I'm not sure if the phone signal is a bit weird, but he was from Hull. So, you know, Hull have KC Communications, which is horrendous. So maybe that was some of it, but whatever. Anyway, he's out of my life. We moved on to another couple of people. This car was on eBay. So a couple of messages through eBay. You know, again, ask some questions. I give them the answer. They never come back to me. Whatever. I think in the end, I probably got a little bit bored of people asking questions. And that's why I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to put it down to 1,695 and sell it to the first person. And luckily, I had a phone call. It was one of them days, right? When was it? It was yesterday, right? And I had a bit of spare time. And I've planned to pressure wash all my decking area. I've got like decking and a garden bar that I built. One day I'll show you. If you want to see it, then put it in the comments and I'll do a short or something. But anyway, pressure washed all my decking, ready to oil it today. And after I pressure washed it, I thought, it's blinding hot, right? Really nice day. getting some sun on the solar panel, and I drifted off. 40 winks, as my dad used to say, Dad, your eyes are shut. No, I'm resting my eyes. So I did that, and I was playing some music on my phone. And if you've got an iPhone, it'll tell you it's too hot and it'll go off. That's what I thought happened. So the music went off, and I was proper drifted off. I was like, oh, silence. But no, it was ringing, and it was this lovely lady. So answered the call, and I was a bit startled. I was like, hello? She's like, are you asleep? I was like, I have been. She's like, oh, I'm really sorry. By the way, it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There is no excuse for me being asleep apart from, do you know what? I had a bit of time to myself, a bit of current bun in the sky, and just drifted off. Lovely. It was peaceful. It was mint. Anyway, so she starts asking me questions, and I was a bit startled, as soon as you wake up. Got through the conversation just about in terms of service history, all the normal questions. And she said, can I come over now? She doesn't live too far away, so reasonably local. I said, yeah, if you like. Not a problem. She said, well, I'll be about 5 o'clock. I was like, yeah, that's fine. She says, it's for my daughter, but I want to come on my own because I don't want my daughter to get excited. So we're going to go half-half, so she was going to pay for half and daughter pay for half. But she just says, if my daughter comes, she'll just love it, and then that'll be it. I want to make a sensible decision. Great, no problem. So I like that as well, to be honest with you, because sometimes I can feel myself, when people come, I just expect them to buy. And then I feel myself like getting a little bit like, oh, what do you mean you're going to walk away and think about it? And I know everyone is well within the rights to do that. It just frustrates me because I prepare the car lovely. It looks right. And I'm probably disappointed when they walk away without it, just because I'm used to selling it first time, or pretty much first time. So when she told me she wasn't definitely going to buy it today, I'm cool with that. I know why. I know the reasons. So we went for a test drive. She had a quick look round it. She even went on the floor and had a look under, and she said, I have no idea why I'm down here and what I'm looking at, but I thought I'd just do it anyway. I was like, no problem, crack on. Went out for a test drive. She really liked it. I fixed the, in the last video on this car, there was a broken gear knob. So I fixed that before she came as well. So I literally, you just have to take the cap off. I think it's a 10mm, tighten it up, cap back on, job's a good one. So that was all done. So the car drove lovely, as expected. And I've still got the nice wheel caps, wheel hubs, because I left the crap ones on. They were brand new, remember, I just didn't like them. But she's bought it with them on, so I've got now some spares. Perfect. So yeah, we came back and she's like, yeah, like the car, just going to have to speak to my daughter. I'm sure, she's going to like it. Now at this point, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. This was about 5:30 on Monday evening, and I had her, in fact, before she came, I had another call, so her plus 4 people that had arranged to come and see the car. Tells me it probably was a bit too cheap. Anyway, it's done now. Let's not cry over spilt milk. And there was a guy called not Derek, Delroy, he was called. He was booked in at 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So I said to her, this is Monday night, remember? I said, look, you can leave. There's no pressure. I'm not really bothered, with respect, if I sell it to you, sell it to Delroy, sell it to whoever else is on that list. I'm not fussed. It will be sold, and I'll be surprised if it doesn't get sold by tomorrow. So I had Delroy booked in at 10, and I had a lady called Sarah booked in at 5. So there was 2 appointments on Tuesday. We're still on Monday night now. So I said, look, I've got them 2. To make sure you get it, if you really want it, you're going to have to leave me a deposit. Otherwise, I would imagine it'll be sold in the morning. She went, I don't want to leave a deposit. I said, get it, it's fine. She went, but how early can I come? I was like, right, so I know Delroy's coming from about an hour, maybe an hour and 20 away. So to be honest with you, I need to let him know early. I think it was more likely an hour. So I said to the lady, I said, look, you can come at 8 o'clock if you want, right? I'm not fussed. 8 a.m. You can come at 8 a.m. We can show it to your daughter. You can see if you like it, etc. Because I've got to let Delroy know before 8:30, really. I would hate for him to set off and then me ring him halfway or whatever, or even gets here and, sorry, mate, it's sold. That is just not how I operate, and that is not respect for him. You know, and I bang on about how much people waste my time. I'm not prepared to waste other people's time. So I said to her, look, the only way you're going to buy this car is you leave a deposit now. And if I'm honest, I didn't really want a deposit because I knew he'd probably buy it tomorrow anyway, or the Tuesday. So I said, look, go away, show the pictures to your daughter, and let me know if you want to come in the morning. And if you want to come 8 a.m, fine. We can arrange that. Just let me know tonight. So that's what she did. So she texted me back saying, look, I've got one very excited daughter. We'll be there at 8 o'clock in the morning and we'll take it for a spin and we'll go from there. So that's what happened. She came Tuesday morning, within 5 minutes. Listen, as soon as the daughter walked on the drive, I knew they were taking that car. There was no way she was going to walk away without it. She loved it. She loved it. And what a perfect first-time car as well. I think it's just amazing. You know, a little 09 plate, Fiat 500, every girl's dream, right? Yeah, perfect. So that was that. But that's not where the complication ended. Remember, this was a Facebook Marketplace purchase. Had the logbook, had everything, all the service history and everything. The issue was that I didn't pick up on the logbook wasn't the most recent logbook. So when I went online to put it into her name, it didn't accept it. So I was like, shit, what am I going to do here? Obviously, people in the know, you'll know V62. So I had to fill a V62 out. The customer was fine with that. Got it taxed. And so she just sent me 35 quid more. I paid for the V62 and the tax, and she'd obviously reimbursed me for the tax. So in the end, it was absolutely fine, but it could have been a disaster because I just had to think on my feet. I didn't, you know, as I'm doing all the paperwork in here, it was like, what? Keep calm. Don't let your face know that you're not in the best place right now, because normally it's dead easy, isn't it? You've got your logbook, you type your number in, job's a good one, see you later. Yeah, this one not as, so I've had to let them know that the logbook will be along probably 4 weeks max. But, you know, is what it is. It was fine anyway. It did work out absolutely fine. It was just a bit more messing around on my behalf than a simple, you know, input on the old Tinterweb. So, yeah, that was the Fiat 500. So they've gone away absolutely over the moon with that car. And me too, because, you know, it was a quick one, really. You know, it was probably, what was it overall? Maybe I've had it for about maybe a week and a half, which again isn't the shortest, but it's not the longest. So yeah, we're now looking for another one. So I've just got one for sale at the moment, which is a Ford Focus, which I was talking about before in the last video, or I think it was the last video. There is another video coming soon with that one where we pick that one up and we go through a walk around with that one and bits and pieces. So that's coming soon. What else have I got? Oh, I've got this to show you, actually. So you know how I'm a bit of a merchandise geek, yeah? So, I mean, I've showed you this before, but, you know, all my little models for touring cars, my banners, my stuff over there, you know. I love all my merchandise and stuff. So, my mum and dad are downsizing, which basically means my mum is going through their house, our childhood home, and getting rid of all the crap. She knows how much I love all my little stuff. So, she's found this. I don't know if I told you before, but my dad, before he retired, he used to work for Vauxhall. And she found this. And you might just think this is a normal teddy bear. Right? But no. It's a teddy bear with the old proper Vauxhall overalls. These are the same set that all the mechanics wore in the workshop back in when my dad was working. I was trying to track down when this bear's from, so I put him through the washing machine. So he's a bit, he was a bit dusty, bless him. But yeah, I love that. Like, proper love it. I think it's brilliant. So she found that, and I was like, don't throw that out. That can come and sit in the garage. I don't know where it'll sit. Some sort of mascot somewhere. So put comments in the. Well, no, put something in the comment because he needs a name. And I was trying to track down what year he was from. and they brought a load of these bears out and different merchandise for different launch. I don't know if any of you used to go to launch nights at garages, but what we used to do, like, obviously it was after work from my dad. He'd come home, he'd have his, with our tea or whatever, then we'd go back to the dealership and there'd be an open night, and people that they think were going to buy the brand new cars would get an invite. So we used to go to them all. Like, you could walk around the garages and see all the new cars. And I think that bear is from 1995 on the Vauxhall Tigra launch. That's where I think that's from, because around that time they changed the mechanic's uniform, and I think it was that one to that. If any Vauxhall mechanics or used to work for Vauxhall main dealers can put me right on that, then put me right in the comments. But I'm pretty sure it was Vauxhall Tigra at 1995. And you look at them cars now and you're like, Vauxhall Tigra? Wow. I used to love that car. It was my screensaver on my computer in my bedroom. It was that burnt orange colour. I love them cars, and now I look at them thinking, yeah, not sure. It's just like a Corsa without a back, isn't it? But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that because I found that really interesting. And that's it for this update. It's just, like I said, it's a quick one today, just to give you an update on the Fiat 500 and a few little bits that have been going on. So if you can subscribe, please do. If you haven't, and you're one of the ones that haven't, 80% of my watchers have not subscribed. So please click that subscribe button. It does help me, helps the channel, helps us grow, and it means that I'll continue doing these videos. So, on that note, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.